What's going down, people? TK coming at you again with my own unique perspective. I think, and I always say I'm on a planet all by myself. I'm on an island all by myself because nobody else seems to see things from my perspective, which is fine because my personality type is I don't really give a damn about anybody. I don't need you to support me. I don't need you to say I like you. I don't need you to say thumbs up. Nothing. Because your life and your like has nothing to do with my progress and my success. I determine my own reality, even though I'm in a rat maze of a marathon that losing is like the ultimate fucking thing. Now, everybody hates it when somebody uses profanity, but I like to make strong statements. And whether it's offending you or not doesn't really matter to me. But the issue is not being able to succeed in this rat race. I mean, that's the factor that applies to what? Almost 95+% of the planet. They always say if you knew better, you do better, right? So obviously a lot of people don't know how to fucking succeed. They don't know how to make it because most people are in debt. Most people are moving backwards. Most people don't have progress. What's the magic button that you push? Or how many people out there have that magic button where they push it and whatever the hell they're working on is successful? It doesn't happen. You know what I'm saying? You put effort into something, you try, you fail. And then basically you quit because what you tried to do didn't work, and you get bitter about it and you blame life, and you basically from that point have zero progress. And that's everybody's story. Everybody has the same sad, loser, no interface story. That very few people who succeed just laugh at everybody else and say, I'm not telling you how to fucking succeed. I'm not helping you. I had to fight, claw to get to where I am, so why should I tell you how to do any fucking thing? So nobody knows the secret ingredient. Nobody knows what it takes to actually do something to succeed at something. And everybody has these failure stories, these excuses, and these sad reasons why they're so bitter. So we live in a pretty effed up world. Hell is here, and we experience it every single day of engineered scarcity where we're in a system that controls how much money you're allowed to have access to. And the fact that most people don't have a fucking clue on how to be successful in life, and it's designed that way, is just like I say, like an experiment. And the joke's on you, because you're the debt slave that continues to fail and live with the lack. So you tell me, who out there knows how to succeed? Because most people, no matter how much money they make more debt. So if you make $50,000 a year, you got $40,000 a year in debt. So you're a slave. So you're not making any progress. I'm getting cussed out right now by people in my life that say, well, you haven't succeeded. I don't see any physical representation of any type of success, so obviously you're not successful. So if you're not doing something that produces money and people can't see that money, then you're a failure. And they talk shit about you, and they put pressure on you and encourage you to stop doing whatever the hell you're doing in business to try to create something else in your life. Well, it hasn't worked, so quit. It's the advice that everybody gives around you. So there's no positive influences in your life. There's no one around you succeeding. People talk shit about you because of what you are working on. And where does it lead? Like I say, this rat race that we're all in, abundance just doesn't really happen. If you talk about religious circles of nonsense and bullshit, where everything is based on words and nothing is based on action, that gives you a false sense of hope that your life is going to change when you're not doing anything to create change. So your faith is zero works, and you're expecting this miracle as if that's the way that things really work, when that's truly the way the lie works. That's truly the lie that they tell you so that you produce nothing, that you continue to stay in a emotional state of zero results. And that's the reality that people won't and refuse to accept. Everybody's in this matrix lie. Few people produce results. Very few people are successful. And most people walk around a bitter slave, controlled, full of lack in their life, zero spirit in their character. And it's just abound. You know, that's the situation that's very plentiful, is drained spirits with zero productivity, zero creative thinking. I mean, we produce zombies in our society. We produce people who can't think due to mostly chemicals that's in everything that you eat, zero nutrition. So your body functions at the lowest vibration possible. Your brain functions at the lowest capacity available. You have people with almost no education in poor neighborhoods making poor decisions. And then you have people who just don't succeed in life, and no matter what the hell they achieve or try or attempt. So what's the solution? I would say that the first step, you would have to be an open-minded individual, and most people that I've met are not. I mean, I can count the people that I've spoken to on one hand that have an open mind, capable of processing information and making critical decisions. Everyone, everywhere is a follower that don't have the cognizant ability to think independently and make a decision based on presented information. If I give you 3 choices, and those 3 choices lead up to a decision, your factors in making that decision most likely is, what is my friend doing? You can't process the information and come to your own decision based on what you've been presented. And it's common. It's the norm. So society has engineered robots in the Matrix that basically follow like sheep. And the entire system is changing, and nobody's capable or even smart enough to know the fucking difference. People always say, well, you're too critical. I mean, I have conversations with people all the fucking time. I always talk to people like, hey, do you know that the dollar's gonna crash? No, it's not. Okay, see you on the other side of the coin. Are you doing anything to create something that can exist outside of what the government tells you to use every single day? Why would I do that? Okay, see you on the other side of the coin. Can you even process and comprehend the factors within the world economy that suggest and completely spell out the fact that America's insolvent, that we print money to pay bills, that the system mathematically can't maintain the level that it's at right now in the manner in which we are operating right now? It's like you running your personal household in the red for 30 years and expecting your creditors to say, it's okay, we'll just extend your credit. It's okay, we'll just extend. That's what we've been doing in America. We get to the debt ceiling, we raise it. We run out of money, we print more. And everybody feels like our system is never going to change. And money as we know it is going to continue to be worth what it's worth. That's bullshit. It's happened a million times before in the past, where anytime you devalue your currency as a government to the point where it's not worth anything, hyperinflation hits the economy, and guess what? Everybody in the economy feels it. everybody in the economy has to deal with it. So if you're not doing anything to protect yourself against a devaluating dollar, and you feel like paper money is where it's at, paper money is the god, then you're in trouble. And that's like all of the sheep running around. So I guess I'm just gonna say good luck on the other side of the coin. Because it seems like no one's willing to think about where we are, where we're going, and what they should attempt to do to create some sort of success. The rat race, protecting your family, protecting yourself, doing something to progress yourself in a way that at least gives you less lack. That's all I'm trying to do. And my ability to do it is the same as your ability to do it. The issue is that I consciously work on it. I consciously put effort into it. Whereas I think a lot of people just exist in life, chase paper money, and live check to check. So we got to get to the point where more people have abundance. More people are doing things that are successful in terms of actually creating some sort of success or creating some sort of progress. But somebody told me this. I was talking to the same conversation with the person that I work with, and they was basically saying that people choose not to be successful because they rather take the shortest route. So even if you provide someone with the opportunity to expand into abundance, they will choose the shortest route because welfare is easier than taking personal responsibility to create your own abundance in your life. So you're going to choose a handout before you choose to put forth effort into creating abundance. And based on what I've seen, actions always speak louder than words. So based on what I've seen, that conversation proves itself to be true, that people will choose the shortest path, and a handout or welfare is easier because, I got this check. All you people who get a check, I want you to realize that your check is still coming from a defunct, insolvent government. So your pension, your retirement, your 401k, your Social Security, at any given moment, that check could disappear. So it's smarter if you create your own check instead of looking for a handout. I earned my disability. Well, if your disability disappears, then who gives a F what you earned? How about you earn your own way? How about you create your own income and you set your own opportunities? How about you become a business owner where your income doesn't come from a handout? It doesn't come from a check. It comes from your business. It comes from your ownership in something. It comes from an asset that you own. Here's a dude, I'm gonna end it with this because I'm trying to get you guys to think about something other than what I know a lot of people don't think about, because I'm the only one in this category that seems to be in this frame of mind. But what I want to say is, we had a dude that used to work with me, and he always bragged about having $100,000 in his account. He was like, I hate when my account goes below $100,000. It just doesn't make me feel right. So he was one of those dudes that always one-up you. I like this watch. I'm gonna think about buying this phone. Hey, look, I just got this watch. And it's the same one you were talking about. Hey, look, I just bought this phone. And it's the same one you were talking about. So I basically told the dude, I don't really give a care that you have $100,000 in your account. To me, $100,000 in the 21st century is nothing. Because if you don't have a job and you basically go home, in 3 to 6 months, that money will be gone. Zero. Because inflation, everything costs so much that $100,000 is nothing in today's economy. And then the second thing I told him was that I was talking to him I was talking about him to another guy at work, and I said, you know what? The smartest thing to do if you had $100,000 in your account would be to convert it to gold and then put the gold in a safe so that anytime you needed liquidity in cash, you just sold one of your bars of bullion. And I said, if you're smarter than the average person, instead of selling one of your gold bars when you needed something out of that $100,000, you would simply take a loan out against the gold bar and then pay the freaking loan back and take your gold back. I said, now, if you had $100,000 in your account and you were smart, that's what you would do. Because $100,000 in gold sitting in a safe is more financially smart than $100,000 sitting in a bank that loans your money out to other people that you can't take out without 24-hour permission, and that eats away at your account at every given moment that they have. So I'm gonna leave you guys with that. And the purpose of telling you that is based on my life experience and giving you guys my own unique perspective in terms of how we're all debt slaves in this rat race and how very few people make any fucking progress advancing financially in this controlled slavery system that we live in.